another exciting episode of Nounouche magazine. My name is Bonnie Meslane. I'm the founder and editor of Nounouche. Today we're joined by a superstar. Her name is Elsa Majimbo. You know her to be the girl that's eating chips with sunglasses on. She's telling you all about the exciting things in her life in Kenya. Well, fast forward to 2024. She is now in the US living a best life, rubbing shoulders with every superstar you'd imagine. She is in Johannesburg and she's going to tell us a lot more about herself. Hello, Elsa.
Hello, Bonnie. How are you today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
You look fantastic.
I always do.
Did you hear it? I love this part. I always do. Okay, so let's listen. Let's take it back all the way. We first discovered you on the internet. We saw you on Instagram. We saw you posting, cute videos talking about your life and all those nice things. How has your growth been? How would you describe your journey to people?
I would say it's changed over time. What I started with isn't what I'm doing right now. I started in comedy. I'm now mostly in fashion, and TV and film.
Yeah.
And it was just being funny is really hard. It is really hard. And
It
one
doesn't look like it with you. You feel it.
I make everything look easy. I know.
You too.
So eventually one day I just woke up and I was like, you know what? I want to be pretty for my job and that's what I'm going to do. So I decided to get deeper into the modeling world, get deeper into the fashion world. And it's going fantastic. And that transition has been beautiful and I can't wait for the next era.
Was it something that you've always wanted to do?
What
you're doing right now?
It's something I've always admired, people who do it. Like, I've always seen, movie stars and be like, oh, that's cool. It's not something I thought I would do.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I do it. And I love it with all my heart. It's the best thing in the world.
Do people still want you to go back to being the comedic, funny Elsa who is now still having chips and having your sunglasses on in the room?
Obviously, because there was the fan base started with that. So there's obviously we miss the old Elsa. Well, let me tell you something. She is not coming back.
Because new Elsa is booked and busy and she's paid.
New Elsa is booked, busy, and here to stay.
I love this very much. Listen, tell us about your upbringing in Kenya. How was that?
It was nice. It was okay. I mean, my family, my mom and dad did a great job raising us. I mean, as you can tell, there was a lot of things in Kenya that I would say seemed like a downside that have been an upside in my adult life, like being dark skinned, and I've spoken about this so many times. Like, there is very heavy colorism in Kenya. It is so bad.
Yeah.
And in LA, everyone is like, oh, look at your skin. That is so beautiful, so stunning. So there's a lot of things that helped me back that I needed to leave in order to grow. But I would say in general, I needed to be in that environment to be who I am today.
Yeah. Do you think, because colorism is such a big thing, even in South Africa, it's still like a really big thing, and I guess in the whole of Africa, if you're dark skinned, people don't think that you're beautiful. You have to prove, you have to work harder to exist. So what do you think we need to do as Africans to kind of be more accepting and more loving of dark skinned people?
I think the first thing, and this is gonna come as a not a hard punch, but someone needs to say, a lot of Africans need to stop kissing white people's ass. And it happens so much. Yesterday, I was at a store with my best friend. Actually, she came to South Africa with me. And the person in front of her was white. And the person serving the white person was so nice, so nice. Hi, all smiles. And then it was time for my best friend to be served. Attitude, so rude, just so snappy.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you stop, it all starts with decolonizing your mind.
Yeah.
If you think someone is better than you because of your skin color, then
you need to grow.
You need to grow.
Need to grow. Yeah. And how would you describe your life in the US right now? And when did you move?
I moved in 2021. My life is phenomenal.
It looks phenomenal. I can tell you now. I watch your TikToks and I watch your stuff and I'm just like, oh my God, this girl is really good.
My God. I wake up every day, I say, thank you, Jesus. I'm Elsa Majimbo again today.
Happy to be here. Happy to be doing this.
Happy to be here. It is
It's a
amazing.
beautiful blessing, though.
It's such a beautiful blessing. I've been blessed with great friends. I've been blessed with a great environment. You know, people who really want to see me grow and thrive. And I love LA. It's a great place for me.
And also, like, I mean, a few months ago, there was something that you came out with about, certain powerful individuals who tried to own you, or rather, there was a story there. How would you say you've grown from that encounter? And what did you learn about yourself in that situation?
Um, I used to think I'm all about money. And then at some point, it just, I realized I'm really not. I realized I value my dignity.
Yes.
And I really value my morals. And it is something I will never be willing to switch out. And also something else I realized is I like what makes me me is that I'm able to be myself. You can't be yourself if you need to listen to other voices.
Yeah.
No one else can tell you who you are except yourself. And I think also from that, I just learned that you just need to be very careful in the way you deal with people and the way you handle people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can always, no one man is God, is what I'm. No one man is God, and I'm not being rude, but also, I don't want to sit in fear and say, oh my goodness, I'm so scared of this person, I'm so scared of this person. I'm not scared of anyone. So I want to live in my light and I'm gonna shine in my light. And no one is gonna stop that. There's 8 billion people on this earth.
Yes.
No one person can stop me from shining.
Would you say, though, coming out and being expressive and telling your deal, has that freed you?
Oh,
Because
so much.
I would imagine it did.
So much. I used to have this fear that if I screw up here, maybe I don't want people to think I did this to myself. And even if I came out and said this later, people would be like, oh, you're only saying this because this happened.
Yeah.
You're only saying this.
Why didn't you say something sooner?
Why
Because
didn't
that's
she
how we
say
are,
something sooner?
For
Why
sure.
did she say something earlier?
Yeah.
So I wanted to make it very clear to everyone what was happening. And for me, it just became that anything you do, I say. So no one is gonna hold me. If you do something, I will tell people. If you
Yes,
blackmail me,
cool.
I'm gonna tell everyone. If you
Thank
threaten
you.
me, I'm telling everyone.
100%.
I'm not keeping my mouth shut.
I'm so proud of you. And I love this because this is the energy we need for everyone who's a perpetrator in our lives. Scream, scream.
I'm a snitch.
Scream.
I'm
You
a
are not
snitch.
going to. Yes, be a snitch. Be a snitch. I encourage this. If you find yourself in a position where someone is holding you hostage, speak up. You can't be violated by people. No, you're not God.
You're not
That
God.
really-
You are not God.
I'm so proud of you because I think it takes a lot of guts, a lot of courage to take down people like that because that's power. There's there's a certain level of power that comes with being in that position and associations, of course. And one would think that you would maybe lose jobs and lose some sort of your place in the industry, but that didn't happen with you.
I actually expected it to, but something else I realized from that whole ordeal
Yeah.
is more powerful people fuck with me than I realized. Actually, just
I love this.
I'm not even joking. I realized like a lot of people actually really want to see me win.
Yeah.
And a lot of people really are like, oh yeah, Elsa is our girl.
I'm so happy to
So
hear that.
I really thought I was alone for such a long time, and a lot of people really just reached out to make life easier for me, and they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry that this has been happening. Like,
Yes.
why didn't she tell us?"
Yes.
But then I was like, because I felt like I couldn't tell anyone.
There's a lady called Jana Dover. She's an actress and she is a legal expert. She lives overseas now in Europe. She used to model as well. She was one of the people that were advocating for you and shouting that no, very good. I'm so proud of this girl. We need to support her. We need to stand up for her. But again, I'm a white South African. But again, we need to support her. And I drew so much from what she was posting about, and I was just like, yes, we need more voices. More people need to come out and speak for you because you're a young girl and you can easily be victimized.
Yeah, it's not okay for anyone, especially and I'm gonna say this with my whole chest. It is very shameful.
Yeah.
For you to be more than twice someone's age and to bully them. That is a very shameful thing to do.
Yeah.
And what the main thing I've learned from everything that occurred with me is that I will never do that to someone. That is just wow. I'm dumbfounded generally. But I'm happy. I love my life. I love the people around me. I love everything around me. It's just
I think you've inspired a lot of young women to own who they are, to be proud of who they are, to stand on their values and stand on business, and that's what you've done. And I just want to ask you, what's the is that something that's more intentional for you to do to inspire young black women?
Oh my goodness. I want to inspire young black women. I want to uplift black women. I try my best and I try my hardest. If I can take someone to school, I take them to
Yeah.
school. If I can uh pay someone's rent, I pay someone's rent. And it's not just a one off and I'm done with you. There's so many people who've come from a disadvantage point and I hold their hand, you know, I stay with them. I'm going through my own shit, but they're going through worse shit, you know?
There's always some shit.
There's always some
There's
shit.
always some shit.
So I am trying really my level best and I'm putting the resources I can and the energy as much as I can into uplifting black women.
Yeah, I love that very much. Look, let's talk about beauty standards. You're a
Oh.
dark-skinned, beautiful woman who is now in the US making so much money, living a best life. You're happy, you look happy, you are fabulous, you're well moisturized. So tell us, because yes, we spoke about how in Africa the standard of beauty is no longer, or rather even globally, I assume, we see a lot of darker skinned models who are now thrust in the spotlight. Is that really what it seems, or is there more behind the scenes that we don't get to see in terms of like how black skinned, darker skinned people are treated in the industry?
I don't think I've built enough in Hollywood to say anything on that. They might kick me out the door before I go.
So
We're gonna wait a couple of years when I'm more powerful and I
Sure.
can say yes, this is what is a. Now I'm gonna, but I will say that obviously, you know, when you're black in general, you are treated from in any field in any way, you are treated from a disadvantage point. So there is that effect. But I will say there are some nice people who really do put their neck out and say, no, you can't do this, you can't behave like this, and they really try to speak out for.
Yeah.
But there is, of course,
For sure. I mean, like in any industry, of course.
in any industry.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some of your greater moments. You know, since being the Elsa Majimbo of the internets, of the world, you've taken the world by storm. You've collaborated with Valentino, you've worked with Fenty Beauty, and a lot of other brands. So, what are some of your key highlights that you've shared with us?
My key highlights. Oh my goodness. I would say nothing. Up to this point, nothing has happened that I would say is so memorable. That I sit and everything that I think is so memorable is things that I've done, my own videos. You know, I've realized that none of these brands are your friends. And no offense, Prada, I love you. No offense, but I love you.
Yeah.
I love all of them. But when push comes to shove, they will leave me alone, you know? So I realized the only brand I truly care about is the Elsa Majimbo brand.
That's a lesson right there.
That's a lesson right there.
And also, like, what would you say are some of the challenges you've had as a creator, as a content creator?
I wouldn't say I don't think I've been paid a good amount.
Yeah.
But I also think there's the whole thing for fair pay. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. There's sometimes white people are given like perks that black people aren't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the brand because I still like you and I give you the benefit of doubt for this. But
But you know who you are.
But you know who you
But
are.
you know who you are.
There's this one time this brand invited me for an event and about 4 hours before the event, I was going to buy something and I saw one of the cars parked by an influencer like getting off and I texted some of my team members and was like, hey, when is the car coming to pick me up? And they said, oh, they're not providing any cars for this event. And I was like, that is so funny because I'm literally looking at a car for the event right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you mean?
So what do you mean? Yeah, so things like those. And the thing is, you just have to take it, because as one person you can't fight a whole system. You have to be inside to fight it. So I have to give it a bit more time. I'm still very new, and I have to give things more time before I start shoving powerful white men. Well, not shoving, just discussing how to change things.
Okay, so who would you say is the most famous person in your phone book? I know, I mean, you know everyone. You've met pretty much everyone. So who's the most famous person in your phone?
I would say the most famous person that I've most recently spoken to is Rosalia. Yeah. So I would. Oh, yeah. I love her. I love her.
Yeah.
She's So yes.
Okay, so who was the most awkward person to meet? And the most exciting. So give me two. Who was the most awkward and the most exciting to meet?
Beyonce was the most exciting. Oh my goodness, Beyonce was the most. I saw this light skinned lady. I said, "Oh my goodness, that looks like Beyonce."
Did you say that to her?
No, of course not. I said, so cool. I said, "Oh," and I said, "Oh my goodness, Beyonce, you're here with Lou."
I see you.
And I said, "I'm gonna be so shameless. Please come. Let's take a photo together, so Beyonce definitely the most exciting.
Yeah.
And I also really, really love her because she's been very supportive throughout my whole career. So I absolutely adore her. I don't think I've really had an awkward moment with anyone. I think a lot of people in the industry have been really nice to me, which is very surprising considering how cold Bollywood is. But yeah.
Okay. So the most awkward would be?
I don't think I've had one. Everyone has just been like really fun and chill.
Okay, so what's this thing about you in South Africa? When was the first time you came to South Africa? Because you're really nice. I love you right back. You know that you do. So what's this thing that this beautiful relationship with Commerce?
I love it. It's such a weird connection. So I've been coming to South Africa since I was a kid. So I've been very familiar with South Africa. I've been before faith.
Yeah.
So my dad made us spend a lot of time. Not made us, like we wanted to. We spent so much time here. Yeah, and then South Africa, they made my videos blow up, and I've just been a South African patriot ever since. They made me famous. They made me rich. What more can a girl ask for?
Who's your favorite celebrity in South Africa?
Casper Nyovest.
That's my friend. I love him. That's my friend. Yes. Okay, cool. So what would you like to say to people that are watching this video, who love you, who support your work, who want the best for you?
Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for understanding me. I know sometimes, I can be snappy, but people are very understanding. And thank you for supporting me, even though, I'm always like, I'm rich. Get away from me. Thank you for, you guys, you've been that's just Elsa. So, love it. I love you guys. Thank you for everything.
When are you dropping the next? When are you dropping oils? Because we want the oils. We want.
It's coming soon. Trust me. When a chance to make the bag comes, I take it. It's coming. Okay. Don't worry.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. See you in the next one. Bye.
Perfect. Oh my God. Home.
Stop. Thank you.
Oh. This was so fun.
Yeah.
Full day of Elsa.
A full day of Elsa.
Okay, you need to changed.